We're 82, 83 episodes down,
Yes.
and I don't think you're a good podcaster.
If someone really upsets me, I will take the time to say, okay, cool, I'm going to let this person know. You know what I mean? But I'm not a douchebag.
A lot of people get in their own way when they see comments like that. They get very self-conscious. They get very upset. They can also be very personal and very mean. You know what I mean? It's like, how do you deal with the haters? How do you deal with negative comments? How do you deal with this? How do you deal with that?
And most people say, don't look at the comments.
Yeah.
But I get sucked in.
The more change that you force and create and do, you're going to get people that are jealous, that are vindictive, that just do it for no fucking reason whatsoever.
Why do people do it?
There's something I've been meaning to tell you.
Go for it. Me or everyone?
No, just you, specifically. You.
Okay, guys, block your ears.
Something I've been meaning to tell you. We're 82, 83 episodes down,
Yes.
and I don't think you're a good podcaster.
Look, that's been the word on the streets, on the YouTube.
I also on the YouTube streets. I also don't think you know what you're talking about. I also have heard that your face isn't very attractive. And I look at it often because I'm sitting opposite you.
This is all, it's not news to me.
And also, I think you drive a shit car.
Now I'm offended.
I'm glad I got that off my chest. That's been thinking it for a while, and I just want to publicly put it out there that you aren't very good at what you do.
Do you
in
feel
this
better?
Podcast room. No. I don't feel better.
So all the people,
I feel like I might need to go and insult someone else.
So all the people on the social platforms must not feel better either.
You reckon?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you've seen some of the comments that have been coming through lately. Some of the stuff people are saying and if you haven't, I think it's hilarious.
It's so funny.
I think
so
it's
funny.
hilarious.
You trolls out there, it fucking makes our day. Do you know how much we laugh? We laugh so much. So what I wanted to talk a little bit about with you today is how to handle that. Because a lot of people don't. A lot of people get in their own way when they see comments like that. They get very self-conscious. They get very upset because a lot of these things, you were upset that it didn't happen earlier. You're upset that it's taken 80 episodes to get that sort of feedback. But yeah, a lot of people get in their own way when it comes to things like this. They get upset. It can also be very personal and very mean. You know what I mean? So I've recently did a training with some mentees of mine, and we're talking about brand and building their personal brand and all that sort of stuff. And the question often came up, and I always address it because I know it's an issue. It's like, how do you deal with the haters? How do you deal with negative comments? How do you deal with this? How do you deal with that? And here's the thing. When you start to put yourself out there, you're going to get people with different opinions, first of all, but also you're just going to get people, literally, they're called trolls and keyboard warriors, whatever you want to call them. You're going to get people that just hate on you. And I want to talk a little bit about today how you go about navigating that space, because it's a real space. And the bigger you get, probably the bigger your haters get too. The more change that you force and create and do, you're going to get people that are jealous, that are vindictive, that just do it for no fucking reason whatsoever. So, yeah, I wanted to chat a little bit about you, or about my thoughts on you and this podcast, first of all.
Of course. No,
and B,
appreciate the feedback.
No, and please let me know if how fantastic I am.
I'll let you know off air.
So how you deal with it?
Well, first of all, let's talk about the platforms that it happens on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's touch on that first.
I think it's different on every platform.
Oh, dude, it is 100% different on every. You know what? This is my own personal experience, but I feel like Facebook and Instagram are the least.
LinkedIn as well.
Yeah, because it's people. It's real people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But so no. It's when you go on platforms like YouTube. All of a sudden, the accounts are not real. There's no relation to their name. People don't have profile pictures. You can't tell who's talking.
Yeah.
TikTok. Same sort of thing. User 9782447 blah 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 thinks you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Reddit. No one has it. You don't ever use Reddit?
Never.
Yeah. Anyway, people are very much the same. Like, they're willing to say whatever they want because you don't know who the end user is. And I feel like people hide behind that mask. So
without a doubt.
Yeah, I find anyway, we get worse. I reckon it's across the board, but I'd love to know what other people think. But I think the comments are worse on like TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah, I do get it though. I have had hate on Instagram too, though. Very rarely Facebook. I do with ads.
Yeah, I've seen people get trolled on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember a few years ago, I went to the F1 and I bought some merch. I had a Mercedes jacket and a hat and all that sort of stuff. And I was talking about why I bought it and all that sort of shit. And then it was like 100 comments. People just going to town on me. Look at this fanboy, Drive to Survive fanboy, all this sort of shit. Bought a hat, good luck, well done, spending $500 on 2 items, all this sort of shit. And it was nothing to do with the actual merch. It was a story that I had behind it. And some people will, resonate, go, yeah, that's great, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it was amazing to see how many people jumped on there and wanted to actually put their 2 cents in and have some level of authority, have some level of not professionalism, but, they had the right, or it was their God-given purpose to go on there and say something negative or whatever it might be to bring me down for what reason, and it didn't. But again, I find it comical because over the years, I've had a few videos that I've put up that have like not controversial, but thought-provoking topics. And then you get those people with those, radical opposite idea about what I was talking about. So they come in there and voice their opinions.
Yeah.
But often it's not often backed with fact, with anything. They sort of attack you personally as well. And they'll go, look at this dickhead, you're a wanker, you're this,
dude,
you're this, you're this. And
so one of the guys, the video we did about, the episode we did about politics.
Yeah.
Where we told everyone. The video ended with me shouting at the camera saying, vote one for George. Like, just to give you context on the video, if you on the episode, if you haven't listened to it.
Yeah, go have a listen.
And people were coming at us like, this is not serious political advice, boys. Pack it up. This is embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
And I'm like, it's embarrassing that you're looking for serious political advice. You know what I mean? Is it my fault if you came here looking for serious political advice?
But it's also, oh man, it was funny. This podcast just goes to show anyone can start a podcast. Typical podcast bros.
It was
shit. Like,
something along the lines of this social media scumbag and property developer bum or something. And I'm like, cool, man.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Sure.
Well,
I didn't cry that much anyway.
No. we consoled in each other, so it was all right. But it's, I find them so funny when I see that shit.
Why do people do it?
Well, a couple of reasons. I reckon their shit's broken. Like, think about it. You have to sit there, consume the content, then you have to grab it and then go in the comments, like click it. You have to take these steps and then type.
Yeah,
right? So this shit's kind of broken already to get to that point, because if you think about how long it takes someone to interact with a piece of content, like it's less than a second whether they're going to decide to watch it or not. And then they take the next 3, 4, 5 steps to then engage and comment and, share it and say, listen to this, dickhead, listen to this. I think there's a level of something's not right with them in their life, whatever it might be.
Do you ever leave negative
in response
feedback period?
It depends. On someone else's content?
Content. Reviews, anything.
No, not on a person. I have for a company. If they've
why? So why
is that different?
Yeah,
because they've personally done something that didn't like they gave me bad service. It wasn't a good thing that they did. I fuck them. LDV. I bought 2 LDV utes. Fuck you guys. Yeah, I bought 2 LDV utes, and the experience from the purchase to the handover was absolute rubbish. The car didn't come as specified. Like, there was a whole range of things. And yes, I get they're an entry-level vehicle, but regardless, I bought 2 of them. They were the top of that range, and it was for my employees. And the service, the delivery service and everything thereafter was just rubbish. And I called him out on it. Like, I called the guy, I spoke to the director, like not to the director, to the owner of that dealership, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And because I left the Google review and I just said the truth. I said, 1 star, like, you guys didn't do this, just fundamental basic shit. All right. I spent 90 odd grand with you on your cars, whatever it was. And you just didn't give me the service. Like, that's disgusting. Anyway, he responded back to me, said, oh, sorry, you had this bad experience. Give me a call. I said, okay. And I was going to remove the review, mind you. I would have removed it had he then done whatever he had to do. He says, give me a call, we'll have a chat. So I called him, said, this and this has happened. He goes, all right, we'll fix it. Don't worry, come in, sort it out. So then I gave it to my PA. I said, look, you sort this out. I'm too busy, but just deal with him. He said he's going to fix it. Nothing happened. And I'm like, you know what? It's too much. It costs me too much money to get you to even do this. Just leave it. Don't worry about it. It's not end of the world. So that wasn't specifically to an individual. I didn't attack him. I didn't turn around and say, you're a dickhead, you're ugly, I don't like your face. It was the service with the company. And trust me, very rarely do I have, that's the only one I can actually recall in recent times.
What's the difference between, because you're attacking a brand at the end of the day. So what's the difference between attacking a personal brand and a business brand? Like, you're not even attacking for the sake of attacking, but like, so
there are similarities,
I feel like
guess.
The people who watched the content, like there must have been some level of upset by it. That's how I look at it. I'm like,
what I saw
there
is
is
I think
obviously
it was
something
people
that
that were
bothered
in
you.
politics. Like they had a following in the politics, in that political space.
For that
And
video
what
particularly?
Yeah. But I reckon because a lot of the comments were like, educate yourself, you don't know this, I'll vote Labor, vote Liberal. But they all missed the point.
They all missed the point. They
completely.
completely missed it.
It's like we were talking about the political space, but also our perspective was one that was shared by hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions of people.
Yeah, and
the sense of who the fuck are we going to vote for? Like, why am I going to vote for this dickhead or this dickhead? They're both fucking dickheads.
Well, the ultimate question that was, I guess, put forward in that episode was, why should I care?
That's right.
That's what it was.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. It's like, why should, tell
no
me,
one
help
gave
me.
us a single reason to care. But
That's
look,
right.
that's not here or there. We can sit here and tell all these people about how they're wrong and we're right. But we could, like, I guess what I'm trying to get at is why is that different to leaving a bad review on a business? Do you know what I mean? Because that is what they did is like, hey man, I had a shit time here.
Yeah. Yeah, whilst they listen to the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it essentially is. It's like I came, I had an experience, I didn't like it. If it was Google, we probably would have got 2 stars.
2 stars. How funny.
But
what's the difference?
What's the difference? Yeah.
The difference.
Because
Yeah,
like
good
you
question,
just said, I
brand.
will do it for a company. I won't do it for a person.
No, I would do it to a person in the sense of,
I will do it. If someone puts up a video and I completely disagree with
yeah, that's what I mean. I would say that, but I wouldn't attack them personally. Do you know what I mean? In the sense of, you go, look at you, you're fat and ugly. Why will I listen to you? Do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't do that. That to me is
what's the worst?
So
what's the worst review you've ever given a company?
It was probably that LDV. In all honesty,
oh, really?
I don't think I don't do it, man. I don't really do it.
Town
I just can't be fucked. Like for me to get there, and as I said,
if I could show you, I don't even know how to get it up.
But for me to go to Google, for me to go, like I have to purposely get my phone out, go and spend 5 minutes.
It's a release. I'm petty as fuck.
I know you are.
Like I'm going to go to town. Yeah. If you upset me, I'm coming for you. Every single one of the people that left a comment, I'm coming for you. No, but like I've gone to town on some companies, like absolutely gone to town. Like if I get really, dude, you know what bothers me more than anything? This is gonna go so sideways, but like, for example, a pizza shop. You guys just make pizzas. You should be able to make a decent pizza. It doesn't have to be great, but it's not hard to make a decent pizza.
Yeah.
And then you go and it's like, this is all you do. You've got one job and you fuck it up. Do you know what I mean? You give us the wrong pizza or the pizza tastes like shit or it's not cooked well. And it's like, what are you guys, like, what are you doing? Do you know, like, this is fucking, come on. One job, one service, one product, one thing, like that's all you have to do. And you can't even do that right. Cooking ain't that hard. Do you know what I mean? If I go somewhere like, and I don't have like I went to a 5-star restaurant and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. Like make it eatable. My standards aren't that high. Like, you know, I'll eat most foods. And it's like, you make it so bad.
I feel like pizza now.
Oh, I feel like pizza every day, every moment of every minute.
The context, it's 1:15. That's nearly 9:30 in the morning.
AM pizza for breakfast. It's the breakfast
Cold
of
pizza.
champions.
Cold pizza, how good's that?
Breakfast of champions.
Do you have do you like pineapple on pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I like everything on pizza except anchovies because that's not normal.
Arguably, pineapple's not normal either.
Yeah, but it's get with the times.
Did you know the Hawaiian pizza was invented by a Greek? Just going to leave that there. Let's keep going. Tell your friends. Google it.
Well,
some bloke in Canada, but he was Greek, immigrant. and mate invented the Hawaiian pizza.
You sure?
Greeks invented everything. Of course, I'm sure.
Just no comment. But yeah.
I'm sure someone else will though.
So yeah, clip that and post it on TikTok. But yeah, so long story short, if someone really upsets me, I will take the time to say, okay, cool, I'm going to let this person know.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But I'm not a douchebag.
Yeah, you're not petty about it. Not petty. Petty's not the word. You're not going out there in a vindictive way. You're just voicing.
I
your
almost
opinion. And I don't mind
see
discussion. I don't mind the.
Yeah, I almost see it as this is going to help them.
Yeah, that's right. It's almost a level of empathy.
Yeah, but also like, fuck, if I could show you some of, I don't know how to bring them up, but if I could show you some of the reviews I've left, like there are reviews where I've said some.
Maybe you're one of these negative people.
Look,
leave those negative comments. See, I've only ever noticed it since since building a personal brand, first of all, but also since running ads too. Like the other day, mate, I don't know if you've seen this one yet, but I found it hilarious. I don't know if I told you. We're running an ad now for an event that we're doing, and one of the comments was exactly this. This guy looks more like he should be running a kebab shop than a construction company.
Yeah, I sent that to you.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's hilarious, first of all.
Yeah.
And also,
that'd be great kebabs.
Yeah.
Like,
let's be honest.
Point out the obvious.
Let's be honest. If I'm fucking half as good at building as what I am making kebabs, I can watch out.
Yeah. Have you seen George work the spit?
Shit. Something to be watched. But you know what I mean? Like he's gone on an ad for a construction event.
That's funny.
That has nothing. Yeah. So he's looked at my ethnicity. Oh, he hasn't done, but
I find it funny though. Like,
he hasn't done that in let's get some laughs. Like he's done it in a way.
There is nothing overly negative about that. Like he's just turned around and said, like, you look like you should be making kebabs.
Yeah, but I don't think he meant it in that way. Do you honestly reckon he was doing it as a joke? Oh, ha ha, like tongue in cheek. Let's do it.
Yeah,
no, I don't. I don't
get to decide how you perceive.
But people will see that and get real upset. Like, what the fuck? Why do I look like I run a kebab shop? I run a I know, but mate, but he hasn't said it in a positive way.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with kebab shops? Nothing. But he's looked at me, my ethnicity, assumed I'm from that part of the world, and gone, okay, you should be running a kebab shop, not a construction company. Okay, but that was just one. There was other ones, like whatever it was. Over the years, you get heaps. I don't trust this guy. You're a snake oil salesman. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. It looks like you've never been on a construction site in your life. Like 101 things that people say about you. Now, I could keep, like if I listed them all out, you'd read them and you're like, oh, well, shit, maybe I'm not good. Maybe I should stop running ads. Maybe I should stop building a personal brand because people are always going to attack me. Maybe I should stop putting myself out there, my ideas out there, trying to grow a business. Maybe I should stop all of that and just, stick with what I know and hang around people I know.
So why don't you? How do you overcome that? Like, what's the...
For me, look,
because it's easy to just say like, no, Redham.
Yeah.
Like that's very easy to say.
Absolutely it is. It comes a lot, I think it really comes down to the individual and how secure you are within your own skin. Do you know what I mean? The comments that people are saying, I don't read them and take them in and go, this is an accurate representation of me. I don't look at it and take that for gospel. Like this is a person who I've never met and who are often hiding behind a keyboard or a username, SmartyPants8463. Do you know what I mean? And you never, real user.
Yeah.
Look him up.
I saw him.
Look him up.
On YouTube.
But you look at that, and I've even gone into some of these profiles just out of curiosity sometimes, and I click on them. And it's like one of them that left this comment a while, I think it was on TikTok of some sort. I put up a post about apprentices need to stop bitching and moaning about how much they're getting paid. And it had really nothing to do with the monetary thing, the message I was giving. All right, it was about, stick through it. You're going to end up charging $150 an hour by the time you finish your apprenticeship because we have a skill shortage in the industry. You'll be able to charge whatever you want. Anyway, but there was this guy who goes on there and starts like, God, you're this, you don't know this. He looks like you've never worked a day in your life. You wouldn't know you wouldn't know the right end of a hammer, all this sort of shit. And I clicked on his profile just out of curiosity.
The right end of a hammer?
Yeah, like which side do you hit the hammer with? Do I hit with this end or this end? Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, I went on his profile and it's just some kid, man. Like he's just there. He was hanging out with his mate. Like he had some stupid photo of him like trying to be a gangster or some shit. Like I'm like, dude, you're coming onto my page and leaving that shit. And I'm going to get upset over this bloke, over this 18, 20-year-old, 25-year-old, whatever, however old you are. Do you know what I mean?
So do you...
Why would I take on the opinions and views and beliefs of someone else and get upset over that?
Does it matter who the other person is?
Look, if it was someone, like let's just say you came on there, but you were being genuine and say, oh, you're a fucking idiot. Like I think we need to stop being friends. I can't do this podcast with you anymore. Yeah, that would upset me to a degree. So, hey, what have I done? Like tell me. Right? Then I would be like engaging. Yeah, because I value your opinion. And like if it was my wife or
so what if it was like,
dad,
okay, so take out the personal relationship.
Connection?
Yeah. What do you look for? If it was a random comment from someone you didn't know, but you go on their profile, like what are you
person of authority?
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? Like, what are you looking for that honestly, would make you say, shit, I might have to take this comment seriously? Like,
take it seriously.
Because you just said,
okay, let's just say,
and I'm like, why am I going to
Jordan
take this
Peterson
seriously?
It'd be pretty extreme.
Yeah, he's a celebrity.
Okay, but I'm saying, okay, so someone's seriously a person of authority in my field or in the topic that I was talking about, potentially. I don't know who is, but yeah, potentially. But if I feel that if they were a person of authority like that and had a big, like not necessarily celebrity, but you know, influencer, like a micro influencer in that field, known, respected, and they put something on my page, I don't necessarily think they would go on there in a bad way. They would go in there viewing their opinion and maybe trying to correct me or say, hey, I think you're wrong here. I don't believe that someone like that, unless that's how they get their followings and what they do. Most of the time, professional type people aren't going to go out there. Like winners don't bring down winners. Do you know what I mean? You're only ever going to get criticized by people doing less than you. So that's something I always think of. You're only going to get criticized by people doing less than you. So I look at that whenever I get those comments on my page or pages, I don't look at them and go, okay, this is an opinion of someone I need to value. Like they're not even touching the sides of what I'm trying to achieve in life. They're not even touching this. They're not even in the space of where I'm at today, let alone where I'm going to be in the next 1, 2, 5 years.
So yeah, but like what I was trying to get at is, it sounds like you're just lowering the person on a scale, like in the sense of like they don't matter.
Yeah,
like in a fuck you, keep watching from the sidelines.
Yeah, that's. I think for me, that helps absolutely. Fuck you. That's a great way to look at it. Fuck you, keep watching from the sidelines. And I can't remember who it was. It was someone. It was one of the famous players. I think it was a soccer player. It could have been like a Ronaldo or someone like that. And they're like, how do you deal with all the boos and all the abuse from the crowd and all that sort of stuff? And it's like, well, they've come to pay money to watch me play. They're sitting in the sidelines. I'm on the field. So yeah, I do feel a high level of connection to that personally. You're sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah. What about, I heard a comedian actually say this once, and I thought it was very cool. And he goes, people who critique, he goes, you should only be allowed to critique if you've tried. He goes, because people who have tried and they've willingly gone and put something out there won't critique as hard.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like in the sense of there's a level of empathy because they know what it's like to try, and they know what it's like to try and get shut down.
Yeah, I mean, and comedy would be a massive one for that. Like think about how hard it would be to do stand-up.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And get up there and you are there for a purpose to try and make people laugh.
You have to talk.
And you have to talk in front of a crowd. And you have to be funny. And then if you get up there and you talk and you're not funny, when people are expecting you to be funny. So there's already a level of, I'm not laughing at this. Before you even get up there.
100%.
Before you even get up there, people are not laughing. You need to make them laugh.
Yeah.
And it's like when you get to that level and you do it and you fall on your face and then you go, you're not going to get up there and boo the next comedy act that you see. You go,
no, because you're going to be like, I get it. Yeah.
That was tough.
I've been there, and that is I guess you can relate to the position a little bit more.
And this is where, again, if you go and say, click on a profile and you see that person, they're coming to criticize you about whatever you're talking about. They've probably got posts of their dog, of the footpath, or maybe no posts.
Posts of the footpath.
Yeah, just stupid photos. I don't know. And they're coming and trying to tell you about how to run a business or how to advertise or what their interpretation of good, bad, ugly, funny is. So and something I've said this many times before, and I instilled it in my kids, and I say it at events. It's like, I don't like your blue hair. If someone says to me, I don't like your blue hair, and I don't have blue hair, why would that upset me? I know it's a truth of mine that I don't have blue hair. So when someone says something that's untrue, why am I going to be upset over that? Now, if someone comes in and says, hey, you're ugly, your beard is patchy. And yeah, okay, cool. It's got a bit of white here, and hey, ugly. Maybe I am ugly to you, but I'm not ugly to other people. I know I'm not ugly. So why would I let something like that upset me? It really comes down to your, what's the word? It's like not your self-awareness, but just having that level of consciousness to go, I know I'm not this thing that you're saying I am. So I'm not going to let that upset me.
Yeah, it's also, I think it becomes like it makes you question that thing.
Yeah, it could.
Because it's like, hey, you're dumb. And then if you hear that over and over, you'd be like,
without a doubt. I think about how you could influence a child from a young age if you just called them dumb every fucking day of their life. Hey, dummy. Like, imagine you do that to your own kid. You walk in, you're dumb. Don't talk to me, you're dumb. That kid's going to grow up and he's going to think he's dumb.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, if you buy into it and you listen to the noise, yes. I once put a post up and I was explaining something in construction, and I had another director of another building company who was much bigger than me, like a decent organization, send me a DM and it was a DM. He didn't put it in the comments, but he sent me a DM and corrected me. He goes, actually, it's called this, not that. And I'm like, yeah, cool, man. Tomato, tomato. Like, did you get the video? Would people understand what I'm talking about? Like, yes. Then shut the fuck up. But he didn't do it in a way to sort of help me, because I know him. He wasn't doing it in a way saying, oh, hey, dude, just letting you know this is what it's called. It's like, no. It was almost a way to pump his own chest up and say, I'm smarter than you. But and doesn't create any content.
DM'd you, not?
DM'd, yes.
Not publicly.
Yeah. He sent it as a DM. Yeah. So people can sometimes bring you down in that way too. Again, going through that, I think he responded to a story. I think that's where it was. So it wasn't a specific, I'm going to go into the chat area. But yeah, so I often look at that as well. I know in my own truth, I have my own self-esteem about myself and what I'm about and what I do, that outside noise, I don't listen to it.
So, okay.
But I think, I also try and have that level of, if someone's going to say something that's not in agreement to what I'm saying, I often respond in a respectful way. Say, hey, dude, I appreciate you having the conversation. This is why. Like, again, years ago, I put up a post about owner-builder homes and how we should get rid of them and all that sort of stuff. And then someone saying, like, he goes, no, some people can't afford to employ a builder, and this is the only option available to them, and they still want to build their home and this and this and this, and they go through it. And I'm like, hey, I totally get that. I appreciate that things are expensive, but you're not taking into consideration X, Y, Z, because this is going to be so much more expensive for you. There's a house 4 doors down from where I live. They've been building it for 4 years, owner builder. Now, you take into consideration the time, loan repayments, price escalations in that period, the fact that you're renting probably somewhere else, you're not in your home, the stress, the quality is not going to be there as if you used a proper builder. Like, a whole range of things come up.
So do you reckon it's cheaper for a builder to build?
Oh, if you get the right builder, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
It's cheaper?
Absolutely. You'll get it done properly. Like, people don't understand how much compliance there is in construction. Like, it's mental. And you don't know what you don't know. How are you to know you have to get this certificate before you do that stage? Or you have to put this much concrete over this area to do this. You got to get this test. Like, they just don't know it. And they're not supposed to, because they're not in the profession. And then add the time to that. Add the fact that all the trades are going to charge a premium. As soon as they see owner builder, it's not going to be like my plumber is going to give me a very different price to an owner builder person, because he's going to say to me, if he submits a price for $100,000 to do the home, and I know it's a $40,000 job, I'm like, oi, what the fuck are you doing? Fix this and send me your proper price. He would never do that in the first place, but at least I know what things cost to build. Whereas he's going to go to that owner builder and say, oh yeah, here's my plumbing price, it's $100,000. They're not going to know any better. They're like, oh, okay, sign it off. So this money that you think you're saving, you're actually not. You're paying a premium for trade. You're probably paying a premium for materials too, because I get better rates than what you do. You're going to take longer. You're probably going to fuck up along the way that are going to cost you time and money. And the fact that we'll get it done in a period of 6 to 12 months, it's going to take you 3 to 4 years, or 2 to 4 years. So overall, yes, I strongly believe that it'll be detrimental to you in the long run and it'll cost you more money. And most people I speak to that have done owner-builder projects, most of them vow they'll never do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, most of these people, I'd say 90%, have a full-time job. So they're trying to do what I do as a profession every single day, have a full-time job and do that on the side. Like, it's never going to work the way they think it is. They think they're saving money, but in the long run, the builder's generally not charging that much on top of labor and materials to affect or to be that detrimental in price. Bit sideways there, but I've spoken about that topic in the past, and you can see, like, I've got some passion behind it, but people don't agree with that point of view. They will still now probably listen to this clip and go, no, you're wrong, you're this, you're this, you're this. I'm like, man, I've got 25 years of experience that says otherwise, but please tell me, Mr. Butcher, how you build your house better than me or another builder.
Yeah, so when I used to work in real estate, I used to tell people, like, if an agent charges you, they're like, oh, you're going to charge 20 grand to sell this home. And I'm like, yeah, but like 20 grand is one question in a negotiation. Do you know what I mean? And you can take that gamble yourself and you might make a mistake and lose 100 grand.
Yeah.
Because it's all minute. Whereas I say with building, it's kind of longer, there's no quick, what are you going to do with the timber right now?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
you can
right.
work out stuff as you go. Like, you got time to think about it.
Yeah.
Whereas in real estate, it's all in the moment. Do you know what I mean? At an auction goes for minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I used to use that to that. I used to be like, man, it's like, it's a no-brainer. Like, we do this day in, day out. You make one mistake, it costs you 100K.
Yeah.
Pay the 20.
Move on.
Make sure that you've got someone that has been in this space.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So I can kind of relate, but yeah, I don't know.
So what would you do if you get these negative comments and someone attacking you, not just...
Me, I was...
Let's say in a personal way. Let's just go...
I went and dished every single... I went and dished every single person on
But
YouTube.
that's even funnier. That's
straight back.
Some of the stuff, though, is funny. Like,
yeah.
Some people be like, there. Yeah, exactly. And you're like...
They're giving it to us.
This is the worst, blah, blah, blah.
Like,
It's like,
subscribe.
nah, subscribe. Come on.
I'm like, you should
Come on.
subscribe. You
Let's
need
do
this
it.
podcast.
Yeah, you need it more than you think.
But
I'm talking, let's just say someone attacks you personally, like I did today. Started this podcast. You're horrible at what you do and don't like your face. Oh, no, don't like your car. It's bad color choice. But why do you, what would you do when someone says something like that to you? Like, how is it water off a duck's back for you? Or isn't it? Do you take it to heart?
Look, so going back to that same example, when the first few comments came in, I laughed. And then when they started pouring, like there's 100 comments on that video.
Yeah.
And when they started pouring in, I thought, like, have we done something wrong here?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? And I had to rewatch the episode because I never listened back to what we talk about.
Yeah.
So I put it on and I watched like 10 minutes of it. And I saw what we were talking about and I'm like, everyone here has taken this completely out of context.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting there screaming at the camera saying, vote 1 for George. He's going to run the thing. Plastic straws are coming back.
Yeah.
Like, that was the conversation.
Like, we're seriously having a laugh.
Yeah. And then...
And there was some serious moments too, but
majority
of it
was there. What was the most serious thing? We bagged the party for their party that they
No,
got from.
I think the most serious thing was when we said our opinions are reflective of us, but also a lot of people.
Yeah.
I speak to a lot of people like, oh, who are you going to vote for? I'm like, vote. I'm going to go in and just do a donkey vote so I don't get my fine in the mail. Just cross my name off. I know people who did that. So how is that different to what we were talking about? They just don't care enough to vote for anyone, or they think that they were really bad, both parties, that they couldn't get involved in it.
The question I guess pose with that is, what changed from that conversation now? That's happened. Everyone's won, whatever. Blah. What are you doing different now, or what did you intend to do different if the other party won? It's like, you go do the same shit anyway. You can have the same coffee, same breakfast, same work, same everything. Like, that's my... Anyway,
take on it.
Going back to the comments thing, when it flooded in through volume, I kind of looked back at it just to see, like, have we you know what I mean? Have we overstepped the boundary here? Like,
Yeah.
what's the?
Did we say
Do we
something we
actually
shouldn't have said?
look stupid? And then when I watched the thing, like, and I watched a bit of it, I'm like, people are tripping.
We had similar response when we did an episode on Welcome to Country, and this is before it's sort of recent.
Yeah, but
blow
that
up.
was people were more.
They were in support of what we were saying,
Yeah,
the
in
majority of
support,
people,
yeah.
but there was still a few negative comments there, like educate yourselves, you guys don't know what you're talking about, have, you know, this. There was definitely things there. I find whenever you talk about more controversial type topics or, you know, political,
Well,
religion.
politics, look, we weren't even saying you need to vote for this
No,
party.
that's right. That's right.
there
We were
was
just
no-
having the conversation,
yeah.
but I'm finding, generally speaking, things that spark conversation are those types of topics. Okay, let's look at the other end of the spectrum. How do you feel when you get positive comments? You know, is it, oh, yes, I'm doing it right. Like, do you feel good? Do you get sucked into it? Like the likes, your emotional state shouldn't follow that of the likes and follows and comments on your
It doesn't.
social media.
It doesn't, and but
I'm talking to the people.
yeah, but I think no one doesn't like getting positive.
Yeah,
comments.
that's right. Absolutely. And as much as I would see them and go, yeah, it's good to see those positive comments come through. But in the same token as well, you shouldn't let that feed you to do more content or to feel good about yourself.
Yeah, because I think that opens you up for
The opposite.
Yeah.
Exactly right. So as much as you hear, you're blocking out the noise, the hate, you probably need to block out the praise to a degree as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, great. Again, your opinion of me based off what you've heard and what you've seen. I'm glad you liked it, appreciate it, but it's not going to affect my mood moving forward.
Yeah, and that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
But it's definitely the right way to handle it.
Mm.
I actually remember Chris Judd talking about that a long time ago, talking about when he was playing footy, and they're like, you know, you hear all these people saying this stuff about you when he was 21, 22, and they're like, what did you think? And he's like, I used to completely block out the media. He's like, because if I let the good get me up, the bad's going to get me down.
Yeah.
He's like, I used to completely block out the media. I wouldn't hear any of it.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Man.
And most people
100%.
say, don't look at the comments.
Yeah.
But I get sucked in.
Look, I think when you're at the point, once you have millions of followers,
Yeah, that's
I think it's going to get to that level where
Joe
you
Rogan.
don't
He's
even
like,
bother.
he's like, I don't read the comments.
Yeah,
he's like,
it's
I
like-
just let him talk.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
That's the thing. You're going to get to that level. Like think about that. Like someone like a Joe Rogan, someone like a Jordan Peterson or whoever it is, Grant Cardone. Like there's people that love them. There's people that hate them. Like, and it's like,
Yeah.
you're going to listen to both sides. You're going to be, happy, happy, sad, 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 happy, 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 sad, sad, sad. You know,
That's a
going through the
emotional roller
comments.
coaster.
It is, and that's why you're going to have that disconnect from what you're doing on your platforms compared to what and who you are in real life.
Yeah, and only take the comments or the feedback from trusted sources.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Turn to people that you know, and you should have a variant. Like, don't just listen to people that are going to tell you what you want to hear, which most of the people that generally care about you will, which I disagree with. But I just remembered something that I'm going to share with you right now as well. I don't know if you read it, but I think you do need to have some level of disconnect from the outcome, and it's like focus. It's all like focus on the process, not the go to the gym. Don't worry about the weight. Just go to the gym. Go do the workout. Stop focusing on the weight. Go do the workout. This is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Put out the content or put out the thing or whatever it is. Like build the brand, do the work. Don't worry about what people are saying as much. But to some degree, I also think there is it's good. Like you want to have someone read it, but not you. Do you know what I mean? I think it's good to have someone look over it because that's feedback.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
You know what I mean? And now I'm like, cool. Like if we want to rattle some cages, I'm going to tell people who to vote for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We worked out that, okay, cool. That's a very sensitive topic. There was obviously more people that cared about it than we thought.
Yeah. I mean, again, we didn't really care about politics.
Still don't care about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as you said, you're getting that aspect of it, and it's you're getting that that perspective from those people. When would you forget social media, for example? What if it's people speaking to you directly.
Like, I don't like you.
Yeah, or maybe saying, like, could be in an email, but text messages. Yeah, you could get a text message from someone. That could also affect your mood. You could get, yeah, but even face-to-face. By saying you're wrong, you're this, you're whatever it might be. Could even be from stage. You know, we speak on stages quite a bit. I'm yet to come across someone that's negative whilst on stage, but I'm sure it'll happen one day. And
Yeah,
then how I combat that.
Like, what sort of example?
Oh, I don't know, maybe
Suck.
yeah,
Boom.
yeah, exactly. Like, this is a joke. You're a crook. Whatever it might be. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't reckon that would happen.
You don't think so?
That would happen?
I mean,
like, you're gonna sit there
Yeah.
and try and heckle me from the ground. And
yeah,
it's like,
I know.
What are you doing
You're
here?
there most
Like, if
because
you
most people
aren't
are
getting
there.
value out of this.
That's
Why are you
right.
still sitting here?
Yeah, that's right. That's
Like,
right.
yeah, you could
Most
point
people
them
are
out.
going there. Exactly.
Yeah, and you could be like, all you're doing is ruining everyone else's experience.
Yeah.
And then you could, like, if you turn to the ground and be like, who's learned something?
Yeah.
And then everyone puts their hand up and you just look at him and you're like, you should leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Security.
Security.
Get this guy out.
Get this guy.
And they'll
shot.
come and sit there. Grab him and say, no, let's get out of here, man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think that would be I think you're right. I don't think that's ever going
for those sorts of events.
because they're coming there to learn something. They're not coming there to
Yeah, like,
heckle
I
or to
think-
do anything. Yeah. And if they didn't like
honestly,
something, most people would
we
just
haven't
get
really
up
had,
and leave.
hasn't been any real
No, I've never had that aspect.
douchebags. Like, sometimes there's a person in the crowd that's a smart ass, but you get
Yeah.
that, and that's
But even just challenging, again, like you've had it more so than what I have.
because people
with-
hate marketing.
Yeah. They'll say, oh, but I've spent $500 on ads this month and it didn't work.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like,
Amazing.
well, cool. You
Really
put this much sugar in your coffee
Yeah,
and you're
we'll
expecting
give
that
you
to be
a
sweet.
certificate. Certificate. Facebook ad certificate. You spent $500.
That'd be cool. I want one of those.
Yeah. I'll
Can you get me one?
put it
Sure,
up.
they've spent enough money with it.
Only if you put it up in the office.
Oh,
Yeah.
where else am I going to put it?
Yeah.
Put it as my screen, as my
gotta go
background on my screen
On the
saver.
wall. But yeah, I don't know. How else do you get it in person? Like, negative, it's all feedback at the end of the day. That's how I like to
Yep.
look at it. And yes, sometimes things are going to upset you.
Yeah,
And that's
I think they
okay.
will. That's okay.
I heard this thing. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and Alex Hormozy, and he talked about, he goes, you're going to have days where some days are good and some days are bad. I thought this was a great framework for laying out. You may have heard this. And I thought it was a great framework for laying out days. And he goes, there's 365 days in a year. Yeah. He goes, some are going to be good and some are going to be bad. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's like, so if you were to lay them out like top to bottom, like in chronological order from best to worst, he goes, you're going to have some bottom 10% days. He goes, do you think you're going to enjoy your bottom, do you expect to enjoy your bottom 10% days from the year? Like your worst 10%, do you expect to enjoy them?
No.
Okay. He goes, 10% of the year is 36 days. He goes, that's 3 days a month. That's almost one a week. He goes, sometimes if you're having a shit day and something goes wrong, he goes, it's just a bottom 10% day. The upside is you're going to have a top 10% day
Yeah.
3 times a month as well. He goes, there's going to be 36 of those a year as well. He goes, so anytime shit's going wrong, something happens, like, you know, when someone tries to heckle you from the car, you get a shit comment, you're having a bad day, you just don't feel right. It's just a bottom 10% day. You don't have to change anything. Just keep moving forward and you probably feel better tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I was like, what a framework.
Yeah.
Like, what a perspective. I don't think he's human.
Yeah, it is. It's great. A great way to look at it.
Yeah, I was just like,
And, you know, relatively young to have that level of consciousness and experience. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I think he's done a lot for his age.
Yeah. Yeah. He gives
Yeah, I
some
think
solid
he's been
advice, some
through-
real solid advice.
He gives great advice.
You know what I mean?
Some of the stuff he says, you just look at him, you're like a 70-year-old and a 35-year-old
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's lived. You know what I
Mm.
mean? He's got a lot of experience for someone his age.
Yeah, absolutely it does.
Yeah.
Very good. Do you know what would really upset me though?
Someone left a bad comment on this video.
No, that wouldn't upset me. Where I would get really upset and be devastated, like to the point where I might cry on camera, is if people watch this whole episode and didn't subscribe or listen to it. That's probably what would really upset me. If you want to see me cry on the podcast, just do that. Do that.
I feel like you're enticing people to
not
do it.
subscribe.
To not subscribe.
But if you want to see me
Everyone-
happy, if you want to
everyone
see me
does-
cry with happiness, tears of joy, subscribe.
Everyone
Do
that's
that. Top right hand corner, press the red button, just do some magical shit, subscribe and listen. And that way we can give you all the great things, all the great comments, all the great conversations that we have over the years and weeks. And you won't miss a thing because you'll be subscribed and you'll know when we drop a new episode, which is every Monday. Every Monday we're dropping now.
it's been that for a
Haven't
while.
missed the beat yet.
Had a few people message me and they're like, "Did you change the days?"
How funny.
Months ago. Yeah, that's that.
That is that. So I would still encourage everyone to be building a personal brand. If you're in business, even if you're not, you never know where things can take you. You could just be expressing your joy for peanut butter and become the face of peanut butter worldwide. Who knows? Who knows?
Why wouldn't you? Hey, I wanna wrap up with this. I want to share something that I shared with you. I don't know if you read it or not.
Was that in black? That one.
Yeah, did
I
you
was
read it?
gonna, yeah, I did. I read the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I was gonna respond back to you so you could laugh. I forgot to. I had to zoom in
So read it.
to read it. I was good because I can't see shit. So I was gonna be like, "Fuck, this guy sends me microscopic text,"
I was just
I
gonna say-
actually zoomed in and read the whole thing, 3 pages.
Anyway, shout out to Dan Martell who shared this. So if you don't follow Dan Martell, you should. He's
I do now.
a really cool dude. Wrote a book called Buy Back Your Time.
Yes,
Phenomenal.
I have heard that book.
Great book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You've read it?
No, I heard of it. I haven't
Yeah,
read it.
Mike
but
told you
I'll
about
get it. Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mike
yeah.
told me about it and I'd already bought it. And I'm like, "Oh, dude, there's no way." And I
Yeah.
showed him and he's like, "Ah." Anyway, really, really good book. Super practical, just tools. No fluff, no, I'm going to hype you up. Like just, this is how you create playbooks. This is how you manage your time. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. Great book.
Yeah,
Highly
awesome.
recommend. And he shared a post. When was this? A couple of days ago. So by the time you hear this, it'll be maybe 4 or 5 days ago. And he shared an email from the CEO of Fiverr. So Fiverr is a online,
Most people
Platform.
have used Fiverr before.
you reckon?
I think so. A lot of people have. Just go on there. It's the concept. You just pay $5 and you get this thing done
Yeah.
for you.
It's basically a freelance platform that you can go and find people to do, graphics design, particular things for you.
Logos.
Yeah,
like
anything online. And the Fiverr CEO sent this email out, and I'm going to read it to you because I think it matters. And I think the timing of this is, even though what we spoke about is nothing related to this, I just think I want to share this everyone because I think it really matters. And I think if this gets through to one person,
Yeah, it'll be worth it.
it'll be worth it.
You opened my eyes up.
Oh,
Like last
dude,
week when we had
This
the
is
chat.
what I was saying
Last
to you,
week, man. Last
Yeah.
week when you mentioned this shit to me, I've been thinking about it almost daily. Almost daily.
All right. So his name is Mika Kaufman, some European dude. Anyway, the CEO of Fiverr. And he sends this email out to his whole team. And he says, "Hey, team, I've always believed in radical candor, which is feedback, right? And this is what reminded me of it when we're talking about feedback. And despise those who sugarcoat reality to avoid stating the unpleasant truth. The very basis of radical candor is care. You care enough about your friends or your colleagues to tell them the truth because you want them to be able to understand it, grow, and succeed. So here's the unpleasant truth. AI is coming for your jobs. Heck, it's coming for my job too. This is a wake-up call. It does not matter if you're a programmer, designer, product manager, data scientist, lawyer, customer support rep, salesperson, or a finance person, AI is coming for you. You must understand that what was once considered easy tasks will no longer exist. What was once considered hard tasks will be the new easy, and what was once considered impossible will be the new hard. If you do not become an exceptional talent at what you do, a master, you will face the need for a career change in a matter of months. This is now he's talking about. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not talking about your job at Fiverr. I'm talking about your ability to stay in a profession. Are we all doomed? Not all of us. But those who will not wake up and understand the new reality fast are unfortunately doomed. So what can we do? First of all, take a moment and let this sink in. Drink a glass of water, scream hard in front of a mirror if it helps you. Now relax. Panic hasn't solved problems for anyone. Let's talk about what would help you become an exceptional talent in your field. 1, study. Become a master of the latest AI solutions in your field. Try multiple solutions and figure out what gives you superpowers. By superpowers, I mean the ability to generate more outcomes per unit of time with better quality delivery. Programmers, code. Customer support, tickets. Lawyers, contracts, etc. Find the most knowledgeable people on your team who can help you become more familiar with the latest and greatest in AI. Time is the most valuable asset we have. If you're working like it's 2024, you're doing it wrong. You're expected and needed to do more, faster, and more efficiently right now. Become a prompt engineer. Google is dead, LLM and Gen AI are the new basics, and if you're not using them as experts, your value will decrease before you know it. Get involved in making the organization more efficient using AI tools and technologies. It does not make sense to hire more people before we learn how to do more with what we have.
Very true.
Understand the company strategy well and contribute to helping it achieve its goals. Don't wait to be invited into a meeting where we ask each participant for ideas. There will be no such meeting. Instead, pitch your ideas proactively. Stop waiting for the world or your place of work to hand you opportunities to learn and grow. Create these opportunities yourself. I vow to help anyone who wants to help themselves. If you don't like what I wrote, if you think I'm full of shit or just an asshole who's trying to scare you, be my guest and disregard this message. I love all of you and I wish you nothing but good things, but I honestly don't think that I honestly don't think that a promising professional future awaits you if you disregard reality. If, on the other hand, you understand deep inside I'm right and want all of us to be on the winning side of history, join me in a conversation about where we go from here as a company as individual professionals. We have a magnificent company and a bright future ahead of us. We just need to wake up and understand that it won't be pretty or easy. It will be hard and demanding, but it'll be well damn worth it. This message is food for thought. I've asked Charlie to free up time on my calendar in the next few weeks. To those of you who wish to sit with me and discuss your future, we can do so. I look forward to sitting with you.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Dude, I read that and I was like,
Did some push-ups.
this is, and I've been pushing this now more than ever with everyone. And I'm like, hey, this is now. Like, this is not, the whole thing about we don't know how we're going to get disrupted. Yeah, now we know.
Yeah.
Now we know. We can see it. Like, it's there. It's now.
Yeah, we touched on this last episode, but I think we got a deep dive on it, definitely.
I think we'll do the next episode about this.
Yeah, I really reckon that's a great lead into the next episode for sure. So be sure to tune in, guys, because it's going to be a sick conversation. And Robbie's a lot more educated in this space than what I am. However, I am looking at it more often now and educating myself and doing it at night time and watching YouTube and a whole range of things to get to that level where I go, okay, that one of my favorite line there was, it's like, you should look within before you go out to hire people what you can be doing better and more efficient now because the tools are there and resources are there for you to do so.
Yeah.
And that's a massive thing.
And I think everyone else should start to take this seriously. I think people are sleeping. I put up a story the other day saying who's using AI agents in their business and almost no one is. Yeah. And there was people that said, like, what the fuck's an AI agent?
Yeah. Man, I did, honestly, hand up. I didn't know last week.
That's okay.
I did not know last week
not to
until
know.
you told me what they did and how they work and what they do.
But it's okay not to know. Yeah. It's not okay to keep not knowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need to, if you knew what social media was going to be 20 years ago, what would you do different?
Exactly.
This is that, but bigger.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Appreciate you as always and spending your time with us, morning, day, or night. One thing I do want to leave you with is just be positive. Be positive, be happy, share love, go out there and put some positive vibes on people's content that are giving it a crack and having a go. And if you are that negative person, look within. Do you need to be?
And this whole episode was recorded with AI. Nah, I'm kidding. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Peace out, guys. Thank you.